y'all this. I am so thankful that I watched Pay Marie Charles when she said to get this because I had sore throat and I sprayed some on my, on my chest area because I couldn't go to sleep. For some reason I got to where I couldn't go to sleep. And not only did I fall asleep, it was like the day that I felt the pain on my throat right here. The next day was like it was real little, like real soft. And then this is history. So I'm glad before TikTok had the issues it started having that I was able to get this and a big bottle on top of that. But you can tell how much I've been using because it's right here from the top. And I also got it in a concentrated form, like it's real thick, like a lotion. So I'm thankful that I got this. Thank you, Paper Charles, for all the advice and the information. Because not only there's a lot of other stuff that I need to implement. There's some like the things I need to get. Because I need to get the camera. I need to try out the new system that she had since I've been using CapCut and look like CapCut gonna be a goner after a while. So there's nothing wrong with learning nothing new. And I got this new Ordinary. And this is still a company that I've been learning how to. I've been learning how to. This Ordinary. And this is glycolic acid, 7% exfoliating toner. So I'm just not starting to use that because you can still got a lot of those things on my face. And it's supposed to help with toning up the skin. And if you have sensitive skin, they don't use they don't use it too often. Mostly preferred in the evening time to use it. And I actually got this through the company that I'm learning how to review. And it says apply once daily, but if you have sensitive skin, I wouldn't do no once daily. You gotta know your skin and know how often to use it. And it's supposed to help with toning the skin and things like that. So I'm gonna see how it do on my skin. But like I said, I won't be using it that often, but I'll try to keep up with it, how often I use it. Like I said, today was the first day because I just got it in the mail. As well as some other products, some hair products. I got some snail eye cream that I've been using on my eyes. So I'm working on my skin. With everything else going on, I ain't got no time. So, this days later. And I'm tired, so after all that, look like they're gonna be doing the appointment searching again, or randomly. Starting Friday, but this time we're not going through all that, cause y'all, it was too much. It's tiring, I'm tired. We felt like we was part of Harriet Tubman Friday. We was like before day, it was dark outside. We was peeking out the door trying to make sure there was no too many people, nobody walk around. There was some people come out there, get ready to go to work. Hit me for a second until you come back in here. And thank you. We got outside, like I said, at like 5 something in the morning. Of course, that was gonna be my first time driving, y'all. I hadn't drove in over a year. And then this is a new area, so I had to use the GPS. And I hadn't had it downloaded in my phone yet, so that was drama getting it down. I mean, it was literally, I asked God what was going on. It was like, it was saying it's a portal that's been opened, and it is letting out some negative stuff, some very, very powerful negative spirits. And we could see with everything that's going on in the world, okay? How it's condoned, that condoned wrong feels right to so many people. But God will make you humble. He'll humble you. If you don't learn to humble yourself, He'll humble you. So, prayer and changing that mindset closes that portal. And and we got to do what we got to do to close that portal. But I tell y'all, January 31st was hell. We had to drop her off, like I said. Then I had to keep working on trying to get the GPS to download. And then finally got the Google map, basically, to download. Put in the laundromat because it was a laundromat that was open 24 hours. This is like the second time we just laundromat we had problems with the car afterwards. So me and my son went to the laundromat. Then this man comes walking in, y'all. And this man went to the bathroom. By this time, we had already put stuff in the dryer. And the tables was kind of small for small people, and we big people. And he went around through by where my youngest son, was sitting in the table. And the way his attitude was like he was capable of doing something, but we just didn't know what. And we wasn't trying to find out. So I told him to come over by me because we was at the last of the clothes to put in put up. And he had his hand in his pocket. And I'm like, okay, this is the beginning of the week where they doing all these sweeps and they going in, and of course, nobody's trying to put fear really in anybody. I mean, it's just the information is fearful in its own self, of knowing that somebody can do something to you at will and basically believe and feel and possibly really get away with it. That was the most scariest part of it all. And I had had that fear like that in a mighty long time. And it's like, Lord, you're not the author of confusion and one. I know you're not giving me this fear, but I know I'm supposed to pay attention to my surroundings. So I told him to go ahead and go get in the car after we got down to all I had to do was just pull out the last load and throw them in the bucket. We weren't even trying to fold nothing. So we left from there, and then I put in an address to go get us something to eat at Sonic. So we made it to the Sonic, and we sat there and we ate. And I was like, Lord, I'm not going to be able to go back to this apartment and go use the restroom. But I was hungry. I know he was hungry. So we ate, and then we went and we put in an address for the HEB parking lot. And we kind of sat in front of a building that was right across in the same parking lot as HEB. And we sit there in front of that for a few minutes, for a little bit. Then we went over and parked over to face the street, the main street, in the parking lot of HEB. And I had to charge my phone, and his phone was starting to go down. So when I switched out my phone and his phone to charge his phone, and then went to crank the car up to kind of see if we could get some air blowing on us because it was starting to get warm. Because by this time it's like 12 something. She had to go in early that Friday. So she went in early, she would get off early. And this is getting around like less than 2 hours for her to get off, y'all. So by this time it's like noon something. And so I had to, I tried to crank the car up. It wouldn't turn over. Then all of a sudden, y'all, my phone would not dial. It kept hanging up, it kept dropping the call. And then when I tried to get through on his phone and text to them, his phone went dead and dropped. It cut completely off. I kept opening the door and I tried to, do to see if it would get reception to my phone. My phone would not dial for the longest. And then when I was dialing 611 to try to get a hold of the phone company we're using, it wouldn't dial them either. And then somehow it dialed 911 instead of 611. And of course I'm looking at it and I'm seeing what I'm dialing. I'm knowing what I'm dialing. But it dialed 911. So they asked me, man, you okay? Y'all all right? Whatever. So I'm like, yeah, we fine. I'm just trying to get a hold of AAA because the phone won't work. And it's not dialing out. And it seriously felt like somebody literally was near me to somehow jamming my phone or something, y'all. Because it just did not make sense how I could not call off my phone at all. And it's been doing that a while. It's like when I'm even in the apartment and I try to call, I try to dial and stuff, it still will block me. It'll just start dropping, and it hang up. So that was aggravating. And because it's getting close to time. So finally I texted her to tell her that we was having issues with the car. And she said she would have to lift over to me. And I'm like, this don't make any sense. Of course I'm feeling horrible because, I'm in this car and I ain't been in a while. and drove it in since I had it shipped down here to her. And then I would get in it and then do, either not turn the key off all the way or charging it. I don't know. But since then, we had no issues towards the battery or nothing because it's still holding the charge. So, but anyway, AAA finally phone started working. I got a hold of him, and then he got there less than 5 minutes. So if you got AAA, good. If you don't get it, if they send you out a brochure or something, and they even have where you can pay and for a rental vehicle if you need a rental vehicle or any vehicle that you in, they can come and get you if their vehicle break down, basically, because you're in that vehicle with them. And then and I've used AAA off and on through the years, but this is one time I say I'm thankful that I had it, because when I needed it with my son's vehicle broke down, I didn't have it, and I had just got the paperwork, and I don't know where I put it at or what had happened. And I didn't have the paperwork, but if I had had it, I could have got AAA to come and get him, but he still wouldn't have had a vehicle because you have to add that service as well. And it's a little bit more, but it's worth it. So I got my new papers in to renew it, I think, for April. So I am going to add a rental vehicle on there just in case, because this vehicle is old. It's 2011. And, we're in the process of trying to now within this next month or two to find somewhere. So if y'all got any advice, the best way to go about getting help when you're not from the area or location, because for me back in the day it was totally different. I just came to a city on a bus. A lady gave me $20 and I caught that bus and I left from where I was at, and it was hard from the beginning. But me being young, I found a job and $3.35 an hour. Yeah. And then, quickly I was pregnant, and then, life just totally changed at that point. But now, we're like within weeks or a month trying to find a place, and I just felt like I was so overwhelmed and drained the last couple of days because it's been hard. Of course, I know to look at the reviews, and that's what I've been looking at. And when you start seeing that they don't take care of the property, and there's complaint after complaint after complaint, that I already tell you. Then you're trying to look at the zip code, you're trying to look at where possibly the income gonna come from, as far as her changing job, because they starting to cut on everybody's job. And of course, on her job, they getting ready to start cutting in positions, and she had to go ahead and tell them she was gonna move anyway because they were gonna have to let somebody go full time. And she was on the full time. They pretty much was already looking at her because she don't have no kids, and she's not from on this end. So they already was looking to cut her job first off, regardless of how good she worked or how long she been there, whatever. A lot of them, the older people, they done been there for years, and they live here or whatever, so they weren't trying to cut their jobs. Of course, that's understandable, And we were already looking at, moving closer to the bigger city, and it's like 2 hours away from where we at right now, about an hour and 45 to 2 hours away. So we're looking at having to get the movers to move from here. We're looking at trying to find a duplex or apartment. We were looking at a house possibly, but with all those bills and right now with our income from every which direction that we have income is being attacked, it's like we got to look at the least amount of expenditure. So we're looking at March is the last month here, definitely, because her April, well, it should be April, but it's gonna probably want to be in March. I don't know, March or April, because she has to May 1st. She has to be out of it. So, and then she has to already be there. I think they moved out like in the middle of April. I don't know. These people that got to it now, you don't used to be able to give a 30-day notice. Now they have you giving out a 60-day notice. It's like they want to know in time enough, for whatever reason, to start having people run up in your apartment before you move out, interrupting your peace every weekend, showing people your apartment like they really showing something off, harassing you and stuff, to let them come in on weekdays and weekends and stuff, just running in and out of your apartment, I don't know where they done got that mess from, but That's what they doing on this end. And they probably doing it everywhere now, you know. But like I said, so we're looking at that. So that's been something, you know, trying to find, and then, you know, being careful with the areas that we move in, because of course, you know, you got people already know, you know, don't move on that side, don't move on, you know, how bad the area is and all that or whatever. So that's the challenge, especially when you're not on this end. But you know, that's what anywhere you move to, you know, you just, you know, you move where you gotta move, where you can find someone decent, and it seems like it worked out just fine. For some people it don't, I don't know. But like I said, this is a whole new day. And right now it's the challenge of finding somewhere to move to. We gotta get the address changed, all that stuff. So all of that tedious, that's the tedious, tough part. Because, you know, you're either gonna do an application, do everything online, if you can, and get approved. And then you have to be there to get there somehow to get the key for your move-in date. And then you don't have all your stuff. You got to get your movers scheduled and then get your address changed. And you 2 hours away. It's not like you're gonna be running down there and then running back. Some people might be fine with that, but not me. And Friday felt like I was on that bus all over again. My knees and legs was hurting so bad. That's why when I got up on that bed and I fell asleep, after I went to the restroom, I was been waiting on my son to use the restroom and come out. And I didn't realize he had came out and came downstairs, so I fell asleep on the bed. And then I was laying there and the window was cracked open and the wind was blowing inside. It got real cold. Next time I fell asleep. And then I heard and I felt this woman come up. And she just kind of hugged me the way I was laying. She just kind of, she said, everything gonna be all right. She kind of hugged me over my shoulder. And she said, it's okay, everything gonna be all right. And when I kind of looked back at it, first I thought it was my daughter, you know. And then when I realized her face was different, I'm like, you know, and it's still being that you sleep or in a deep sleep or whatever. When you have a vision like that, it throw you off because you're still trying to put together reality with spiritual. And then my daughter called. She said, y'all need to come out because they still walking around. And you hear them coming out of there. And I was like, okay, I fell asleep. I was waiting on Paige to come out of the bathroom. I didn't realize he came out. So my younger son, so I said, okay. So I tried to get off the bed and get my shoes on and stuff, you know. And then I asked her, did she come up here? And she said, no. She still had to watch them walk around or whatever. And we need to hear them come on out. And I said, okay. I said, nobody else come in? She said, no, did nobody come in? And I asked my son, did anybody come in? He said, no, did nobody come in? So, you know, I'm thankful, you know, for that message that everything was going to be okay, because obviously God knows that it has become a bit much. With everything that's going on, excuse me, it has become, you know, a lot. I've been trying to find a decent place and not, you know, not get in the wrong area of town and all that. So, but anyway. And then, like I said, I've been doing this other, other thing, platform, whatever you want to call it. We have to order items and then you review the items, and then the same day that I started doing that was the same day I got notification from YouTube that I was on the youth watch on the program, but I'm not quite 100% yet, not as far as ads yet, but I'm still thankful for that, because that's a start. Because I like to all the items that I have that are on the storefront store with Teespring or Spring now, and then somebody I spoke with about making my shirt. I do want to see if she can make one of the other shirts for me, the one that has the love on it, and I want to have it made as well, and then see how I go with that as far as getting the shirts, a couple of shirts made, you know, and then see if she'll make the shirts for as well as I'm gonna go ahead and do a account with Printify, Printify, and make an account with Printify as well, so that they can make shirts when she doesn't, have the time, or I need to take a break, and that'll help her financially, and get her business going if she want to start it back up or whatever, or if it is still going. I don't really know all that information. That's not my place to know all of that. Um, but anyway, so I just want to stop in, y'all, and just chit chat for a little second and everything, and then let y'all know everything is gonna be all right. You just gotta be obedient, like God say. Get out of His way. And He said, sit back and watch the salvation of the Lord. He gave me a whole lot more. But everything can't go in this one video. It's not supposed to. So this one is just kind of like like a little catch up on where we've been. Like I said, January 31st was a portal open. And it was already open, but it was open with more, and then the scripture says every night more, another evil come upon the land. And we have to pray that God help us to learn how to deal with that evil that comes on the land, because I'm out to keep reading to see what's the necessary way to stop that evil, if it's a way to stop that evil. But if it's not a way to stop that evil, we better get prayed up and be able to deal with that evil as it comes. Because if it's going to come, it's going to come, And all we can do is learn how to deal with it. We can learn how to protect ourselves and protect our family. So not only do we say the prayers, we take forth the action. That means, like, something you need to burn some sage. Well, if you need to burn some sage, or you need to do, pay attention and do what's required, what's what you're supposed to do. But anyway, y'all, I'm finna get flat iron out my hair. That's why it's looking like it is, because I also got some oil from this company that I'm using, and you have to put on damp hair, and it repairs the hair shaft. I saw they had like a video and somebody had the hair and they had like put oil on their hair, and you could see it take the hair and put it back together like that. So it's probably pretty good. I know it is, because it had my hair kind of slicked down. So that's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna flat iron. I don't really like flat ironing, but I'm gonna flat iron it just to see how it do, and then I'll probably come back, another day or so, something later on, something, and show y'all how it look when I get it flat ironed and everything. Yeah. But we'll talk a little later. I gotta get a comb and all that too. I don't have no comb down here because it's throwing the itch, I think, from that oil, because I washed it already. But anyway, like I said, I'm gonna flat iron it out if it do it, because I don't know if it is or not. But anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Baby, baby, when I look at you.